In this video, I'm sharing the new appliances cards I built and tested, based on your feedback. They are finally ready. I made brand new cards for your dishwasher, washing machine, dryer, washer and dryer combo, and fridge. If your appliances aren't smart, don't worry. I created versions that use a simple smart plug and an optional contact sensor to monitor power usage and state, turning your dumb appliance into a smart one. All of these cards are completely free. Just watch to the end to see how to set them up correctly, as the setup this time is a little different. I also noticed a lot of you use frosted glass and light themes, so these cards now fully support them. I will also be editing the old cards over time to support the frosted glass theme, and I'll let you know once they are converted. The requirement for building these cards is very simple. We are only using the button card, which you can install from HACS easily. We aren't using the mushroom cards at all this time. Button cards are actually faster to load, powerful, and almost doesn't require any additional integrations. If you are a beginner in Home Assistant, I'll put links in the description to help you set up HACS. Let me start by showing you how to set up one smart appliance card, to get the full idea. Then we'll move to the dumb appliance example. I will integrate my dishwasher, which is from this brand, but the card will work with most if not all integrations out there. Go to your dashboard. Start by preparing the view. I will use masonry view type, but you can use anything you want. For the themes, I prefer using the mushroom theme, but in this example, I will use the frosted glass theme, as I've created the cards to fully support it. Add a manual card. It's all the way at the bottom. Head to the animated cards page from the description. Pick the same card you want to set up. Copy the card here. Clear everything in this field and paste the card we just copied. The card will show up and we can configure it. You only need to add your entities and configure this section. It would be helpful to open your integration page on the side. Start with the status entity, which is usually the one showing if the appliance is on or turned off. Add your progress entity, which tells what the current phase of the appliance is. Add the time remaining entity, which shows the remaining time until the program finishes. The card supports a lot of time format. If you are using a smart plug with your smart appliance, you can add its power entity here to show the power usage on the card. Some integrations support a kind of progress sensor that shows how long the appliance has been running as a percentage. You can add it here, and it will be used automatically to calculate the progress bar more accurately. If it's not supported by your integration, like in my case, you can ignore this line or add empty double quotation marks, or just leave it empty. Here you can add the sensor for the door if supported, or you can also use a smart door sensor like this one. It will work nicely to tell you if the door is open or closed using this indicator in the corner, which will turn red if the door is open. Set the max time here to the longest program or the most common program you usually use in minutes. This will be used along with the time remaining entity to calculate the progress bar if the percentage entity above is not supported. This next section is very important. Here you need to add your progress entity's different state. You can check this in the developer tools. The different states will show here when the appliance is running, so make sure to note all the missing states to add them to the card. Let's say your dishwasher says cleaning when it's running, then simply add cleaning here, separated by a comma. Some integrations expose the progress state as numbers. You can add the numbers to the list in the correct place, and it will show the phase in the badge automatically. This section is for sizes like the icon and shape size, or the font size for the primary, secondary, or badge text. Just like that, you have a brand new card for your smart appliance that you will hopefully like and enjoy using. If you would like to show extra badges or buttons on the card, watch this video, which is all about customizing your existing cards. Now let's turn on the dishwasher to see how the card behaves. The door is now open. I will close it, then I'll start the program. Look how nice it looks now. The same logic and setup apply to the rest of the smart appliance cards. The dumb appliance cards requires a different setup, which I'll explain how to do next. Now let's move to the dumb appliance example. Follow the steps carefully, as this one needs an extra step. Start by connecting the appliance to a smart plug, and make sure you're using a reliable plug with power monitoring feature. I believe most smart plugs nowadays supports this feature. Then, just like before, copy the card from the animated cards page from the link in the description. Paste it into a manual card. Save the card for now, as we need to prepare a couple of things. First, to make things simpler, I prefer renaming your smart plug to something like washing machine smart plug, so you know this plug belongs to the washing machine. Let me do that quickly. Then go back to the animated cards page, and copy the template below the card you already picked. This template will use your smart plug to create a custom sensor for your dumb card, making it smarter by monitoring the power usage and avoiding card state flickering when power goes to 0 for a short time. To add this template, go to your file editor. If you don't have it already installed, simply install it from the apps page. Check these options and start it. It should show up on the side menu. Open the file editor and go to your configuration file. Paste the code under template. If you are an advanced user, then add the code to your templates file or templates directory. Replace the entity here with your smart plug power entity. You can copy it from your integrations page to make sure it's correct. Save the file after replacing the entity. Now we can either restart Home Assistant or reload the templates from the Developer Tools page. If you can't find this entry here, simply restart Home Assistant and you are good to go. Now that we've set up the custom template and the smart plug, we are ready to set up the dumb appliance card easily. Head back to the card. Add the template entity we created here. Add the smart plug switch and power entities here. You can add a contact sensor to the door of your appliance and add its entity here. This way the indicator here turns red when the door is open, just like the smart card. Now set the heat threshold value here to the number when your appliance starts heating the water. Set the spin threshold to the number when your appliance starts spinning. Set the active threshold, which is the amount of power at idle, before your appliance starts any program. This way the card starts showing you relevant animations according to the wattage usage. You can get those values the next time you use your machine by looking at the power sensor graph or search it up online. The last section is for the card icon and font sizes. You can set them to your liking. The card is now ready. As you can see, it's already running and showing spinning animations, according to the power usage threshold we set, and it also shows that it's been running for 1 minute. Same logic applies to the rest of the cards, and there will be more info in the animated cards page to help you further. Going forward, brand new animated cards like this Universal Climate card will go to Patreon and YouTube members first for testing. Getting your support really helps me dedicate more time to the channel and put out more videos. In return, you get to test new cards before they go public, and get early access to exclusive content like this custom smart home battery tracker, and this Homelab manager I built and have been testing for a while, or blueprints like this ultra advanced Autrix matrix blueprint. If you have any issues or ideas, feel free to reach out in the comments section or on GitHub. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.